At 2 minutes to 2 in the afternoon, the last German shell had been fired. Unbelievably, it had all happened in only 9 hours. Almost 2,800 Canadians had been left behind. 906 of these were dying or were dead. For 1,946 Canadian prisoners, the whole shooting war had lasted less than a day. Some men on the way back wept. Some talked too loudly. Others seemed vacant. There was a layer of deep shock over all as the indescribable tension slowly lifted. Lessons had been learned which would be invaluable when invasion finally came. But Dieppe was, nevertheless, a great human tragedy. The first reports were flashed to an eager Canada, but as the casualty lists kept growing, the excitement soon turned to heartache. Saddened by the unfolding story of Dieppe, Canadians were now alarmed by unconfirmed rumors. German U-boats, it was said, had penetrated the St. Lawrence, almost to the citadel of Quebec. The government refused to talk. The Navy was busy at sea. The rumors were true. At least 4 German U-boats had entered the Gulf. In 6 weeks, U-517 alone would sink 10 ships. With their last torpedoes gone, the U-boats sailed for home. On the 3rd anniversary of his war, Hitler had reached the apex of his power. The Axis throws out chains from 2 sides of the globe, and 450 million men have been clapped into bondage. Germany is a land of heroes. While Germany adored her warriors, Canadians searched for a symbolic someone they could cheer. They still had Billy Bishop, but he belonged to 1917. Now they found a fresh young idol, and they brought him home from Malta. Buzz Björling from Verdun, Quebec. In his Spitfire over the Mediterranean, he had destroyed 27 enemy planes. Every Canadian knew he liked chocolate cake and butterscotch pie, that he drank orange juice before he fought, and that he made no friends. When this war is over, Björling said, I'll dig up another one. It was one of the few bright moments of this, the ebb tide, and it seemed fitting that when winter came, it was the worst in 15 years. If Buzz Björling symbolized the flashing hero, John Pratt spoke for the average guy.
You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. Never sailing, always failing. You'll get used to it. Though the British Isles may boast of the weather on their coast, the only weather they contrive is whether you'll get back alive. It's wonderful. It's marvelous. Especially when the ceiling's on the deck. You've got to get used to it, and you'll get used to it. But the chances are you'll end up in a wreck. It's almost certain. In the British Isles, it settles on the deck just like a curtain. And the chances are you'll break your ruddy neck.